Good day to all of you. Myself, Dr. Arvind Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dongar College, Bikaner. Today's topic of MSc Final Physics is again reflex klystron with different approach. That is given in your book that I suggest to you. In reflex klystron, what happens if a fraction of the output power is fed back to the input cavity and if the loop gain has a magnitude of unity with a phase shift of multiple 2 pi, the klystron will oscillate. However, a 2 cavity klystron oscillator is usually not constructed because when the oscillation frequency is varied, the resonant frequency of each cavity and the feedback path phase shift must be readjusted for a positive feedback. That is very important point, that why this cannot be happen in case of 2 cavity klystrons due to 2 cavities and positive feedback and path phase shift must be readjusted. The reflex klystron is a single cavity klystron that overcomes the disadvantage of the 2 cavity klystron. As we see earlier, it has low power. It is a low power generator 10 to 500 milliwatt output at a frequency range of 1 to 25 gigahertz. The efficiency is about 20 to 30%. Efficiency is only 20 to 30%. This type is widely used in laboratory for microwave measurements and in microwave receivers as local oscillators in commercial, military, and airborne Doppler radars as well as missiles. The theory of 2 cavity klystron can be applied to the analysis of reflex klystron also. The fundamental is same: velocity modulation and current modulation with slight modifications. A schematic diagram of the reflex klystron is shown in figure 941. This one. Okay. As we see tomorrow, this is different approach. Same thing is there. Some mathematical concepts are enhanced in this article. Here we are seeing that cathode emits the electrons, and here it is an anode, and a potential V0 is applied between the anode and cathode, which accelerates the electron beam. Okay, and after accelerating the electron beams, it enters in the cavity. Okay, this is cavity, and cavity is also in cavity a sinusoidal potential is applied. Vs equal to V1 sin omega t, sin omega t. This space is small d. And from cavity to the repeller space is known as L, that is known as field free space or drift space. And a potential VR is applied between repeller and cathode, and negative potential is given to the repeller. So repeller, that means it repels the electrons. What is the working of repeller? It repels the electron. And here time is also shown at 0, a point, this point time t0, this point t1, comma t2, that means return journey time, and at a distance d, and after L plus d, and x-axis shows the distance from this point. Okay, t0 time for electron entering cavity gap at z equal to 0. t1 time for same electron leaving cavity gap at z barabar d t1, and t2 time for same electron returned by retarding field z equal to d and collected on walls of the cavity. Okay. the similar applicate diagram which we understand tomorrow. This is the potential, okay, at the cavity gap velocity. This is known as cavity gap velocity. This, and this is a potential that is applied to the cavity. Okay. This cycle ABC, electron beam is accelerated during this half cycle. This half cycle it is accelerated, and this half cycle electron beam is deaccelerated. Half portion of this positive cycle electron is accelerated, and half portion of this negative potential it is deaccelerated, and these points A, B, C are shown here. This is distance from the gap, and A, B, C are showing the 3 electrons. B is reference, A is earlier, and C is later electrons. And here, after a transit time interval of 1 3/4 mode, okay, they meet here, and this is the point returned electron beam is retarded during this half cycle. So this is explained by these diagrams. Now come to back here. The electron beam injected from the cathode is first velocity modulated by the cavity gap voltage. Velocity modulation is achieved by the cavity gap voltage. Some electrons accelerated by the accelerating field enter the repeller space with greater velocity than those with unchanged velocity. Some electrons deaccelerated by the retarding field and enter the repeller region with less velocity, that we studied tomorrow earlier in lecture. That is, the electrons are called reference electron, earlier electron, and later electron. All electrons turned around by the repeller voltage then pass through the cavity gap in bunches that occur once per cycle. On their return journey, the bunched electrons pass through the gap during the retarding phase of the alternating field and give up their kinetic energy to the electromagnetic energy of the field in the cavity. That is very important point. On their return journey, after repelling from the repeller, the bunched electrons pass through the gap during the retarding phase. It passes through the cavity when the phase is retarding of the alternating field and give up their kinetic energy to the electromagnetic energy of the field in the cavity. This is the fundamental principle. Oscillator output energy is then taken from the cavity. Oscillator output energy is taken from the cavity. The electrons are finally connected by the walls of the cavity. Again, you consider this point seriously. Electrons are finally collected by the walls of the cavity or other grounded metal parts of the tube. Figure 9.42 shows applicate diagram for the 1 3/4 mode. Okay, mode can be n plus 3/4. Now, main aim of this article to understand the velocity modulation in reflex klystron. The analysis of the reflex klystron is similar to the two cavity klystron. For simplicity, effect of space charge forces on the electron motion will again be neglected. We are not considering the space charge forces on the electron motion. The electron entering the cavity gap from the cathode at z equal to 0 and time t0 is assumed to have a uniform velocity that can be derived from the half mv0 square equal to qv or ev. Okay, so v0 equal to 0.593 into 10 raised to 6 under root v0. The same electron leaves the cavity gap at z equal to t at time t1 with velocity. This formula we already derived when we learn about or discuss about two cavity clustron. Vt1 equal to V0 bracket 1 plus beta 1 V1 upon 2 V0 sin omega t1 minus theta z upon 2 bracket closed. This expression is identical to the equation we already derived in the article of two cavity clustron. Okay. For the problems, these articles are taken from the book that I referred you for the best articles for microwave devices. For the problems up to this point are identical to those of a two cavity klystron amplifier. The same electron is forced back to the cavity z equal to d and time t2 by the retarding electric field, which is given by what is the potential VR plus V0 plus V1 sin omega t upon L. The electric field is V upon d. But here there are three potentials, VR, V0 and V1 sin omega t. So you must take the summation of all three potentials. The retarding field is assumed to be constant in the z direction. In z direction is constant. The force equation for one electron. Force equation for one electron. Only for one electron in the repeller region. We know that the equation is given by the m a that means d2 x upon dt2. Here x is z, m d2 z upon dt2 equal to minus e. Force is minus qv, force is qv. Here electron, so minus e equal to minus e. What is e? Vr plus v0, and we are taking the potential v1 sin omega t is less than sum of vr plus v0. Integrating this twice, you can easily integrate this easily by taking the boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? At t equal to t1, dz upon dt equal to vt1 equal to k1. So z becomes this. Again, at t equal to t1, z equal to d barabar k2 in return journey. So z equal to this. Okay. Now, on the assumption that the electron leaves the cavity gap at z equal to d and time t1 with a velocity of vt1 and returns to the gap is z equal to d and time t2. Then at t barabar t2, z equal to at t barabar t1 z equal to d. Okay. Now, the round trip transit time in the repeller region is given by t dash equal to t2 minus t1, given by this expression, and just replace vt1 here. So you can get t0 dash 1 plus beta I v1 upon 2 v0 sin omega t1 minus theta 0. Okay, where t0 dash equal to this is that round trip DC time of the center of the bunch. Multiplication of equation 9.47 through by radian frequency results by omega, we multiply and this equation becomes like that. Omega t2 minus t1 theta 0 dash plus x dash sin omega t1 minus theta g upon 2, where theta 0 dash equal to omega t0 dash and is the round trip DC transit time angle of the center of the bunch electrons, and x dash is given by beta I v1 upon 2 v0 theta 0 dash is the bunching parameter of the reflex cluster. So we understand about the velocity modulation in reflex klystron here. So you go through for the both articles, earlier lecture and this lecture, sincerely to understand the concept of reflex klystron. Okay, thank you.